security apparatus. Purging them all could take some time. Anthony Kuhn, NPR News.
All right, everybody, welcome here to the Robert J. Collins Arena for the second game of our doubleheader. The Brookdale Jersey Blues against, correction, the Camden Cougars. A little bit of misprint on our stat sheet here, but definitely going to be a great game, as exactly as we said. Both we got Brookdale 8-0 and Camden 6-1.
So it's a big matchup for both these teams. Camden coming out here with something to prove. Brookdale, maybe the toughest game they've seen all season. So definitely a big game for both these teams.
Absolutely, yeah. You were talking to, I believe you said Ricky Stevens down on the court. Yeah.
Talking to Ricky Stevens, he was telling me, Coach Shishak emphasized the size of Camden. A couple guys over 6'6". They start a guy at 6'7".
Yeah.
So emphasizing rebounding on the defensive end as well as the offensive end, and really getting into transition off of those rebounds, making the big guys really run the floor.
Absolutely, yeah. So as we head to the court, stick with us here for all the action with Brookdale against Camden. So it looks like, we'll see who's coming out starting for Brookdale. We have number 23, Jameek Moore, number 20, Brian Adams. We have Ricky Stevens, David Rosado, and in comes Corey Sones.
So the same starting five Coach Shishak's been going with pretty much the whole season here. And like I said, Camden starting Chris Washington, 6'7", he's a big presence on both ends of the floor. Yeah. So as Ricky Stevens told me, Coach Shishak really wants them to make sure they box out their man, and not just the big man, everybody else as well, because he gets to loose balls and tips them to everybody. So really an emphasis on the defensive rebounding.
Yeah, biggest player on Brookdale's roster is number 14, Rashawn Johnson, at 6'5".
And the biggest player they start is 6'3", Jameek Moore. So it'll be interesting to see how they defend. And, on the other end as well, come at him on the offensive end.
So Moore driving in, out to Corey Sones. Doesn't get that one to fall. Passing around the perimeter here.
Brookdale in a man-to-man defense here. A little bit of a change from what they usually start the games with.
Oh, air ball there, number 15. Sean Russell of Camden couldn't get the long shot to go.
Good job with really.
David Rosado fighting for it. That was tough.
Camden size, looking early to be a little bit of a problem for Brookdale here.
Bad part was none of his teammates came in and bailed him out.
Yeah. So a fast pace here.
Yeah.
A couple possessions here in the first minute for each team.
We have
nothing on the board yet.
Call that sound like the entire Brookdale bench didn't agree with.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a big-time defensive battle here. Both teams really good defensively. We mentioned the size of Camden. Brookdale, known for their defensive intensity, from everywhere on the floor. So it should, looking for it to be a little bit lower scoring than maybe we're used to, but definitely a, highly contested battle here.
Still not a point scored. Minute in, we'll see if the second rebound can land and if Camden can draw first blood. And they do not, so minute in, we are still scoreless. Couple possessions for each team. See Dave Rosado bodying him down the inside.
Good pass by Moore.
So Brian Adams gets fouled. He will head to the line to take a couple of.
And a lot of activity from Camden on the defensive end. Really, rotating their the big man.
Yeah.
Washington really trying to get to, to contest shots and block shots. So, Brookdale's have to maybe take advantage of his aggressiveness and really try to, cut off the behind him even, make the other defenders have to rotate better.
So Brookdale will get the first points on the board as Brian Adams makes his first free throw. About to shoot his second. Goes just off the front of the rim there. Grabbed by number 15, Sean Russell. Open shot there. And he gets it. Number 10, Braxton Watson.
The full court press here by Camden. Really trying to pressure the ball here. Sones goes down pretty hard there, but good job trying to get through there.
And Coach Paul Chizak is quite frustrated.
Didn't take long.
Nope. A minute and a half in, he's already popping off at his team.
This is an important game, like we said earlier.
It is.
Really want to come out here and set the tone early. And that's not the way to do it there.
No.
Offensive foul.
I think this is the first time here at the Robert J. Collins Arena that we have seen Brookdale down.
First time we've ever seen, us personally.
Both teams, you count men's and women's, they've both been up.
Yeah. So we'll see how long this holds up for.
Yeah, Ricky Stevens putting full court on him. Everyone playing.
A lot of pressure. Oh, travel. Good job. Good job of that, a little bit of pressure up on the ball there.
So that could be a good little change of pace for the Jersey Blues as they're trying to cut away this tiny bit of a lead.
Defense is going to be the key in this game. Whoever plays better defense is going to win this game.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
And couldn't get that one. Corey Sones with a good rebound. Right back up again. Couldn't get that one to go. A couple of Brookdale players running into each other.
And I think Adams came up with it and went right up and got the foul. Good job by him early.
There.
Good job early. A little bit of offensive rebounding here, which is one of the keys. Coach Chisak definitely stressed getting to the boards and
We will see if he can make both of his free throws this time to tie up the game at 3-all.
It'll be interesting to see today also how deep Coach Chisak decides to go into his bench, especially if this game remains pretty close in a big game like this. It'll be interesting to see who he has got confidence for going forward. And it's a really good test to see who comes off the bench and produces for him.
That's a big thing, as you saw in a lot of the games that we covered here on Brookdale TV, that Brookdale went up early, and they had that opportunity to put in a lot of their bench players.
Yeah, here maybe we'll see more of the playoff style rotation he's going to use. A little bit of a shortened bench, and again that spot, a good look there, but another good job of defensive rebounding, one of the keys here.
Corey Sones coming down the court with a vengeance. Out to Rosado, had the shot, hesitated, went in, takes it, and it's good.
Yeah.
So good job there by Brookdale.
Yeah. Rosado really, really not settling for, for the decent shot and getting the good shot instead.
So Camden trying to call up a couple plays here as they're coming back down the court. Trying to work something on the inside. They've been doing a lot of shooting from the perimeter, and he gets the fullback jumper there.
Yeah, good move there.
Nothing wrong with taking a high percentage shot, putting it off the glass. So Jameek Moore over to Sones, inside to Brian Adams, and he gets it to roll in. Brian Adams.
Good start for Adams here.
I believe he has all of Brookdale's
points. Oh, you gotta get back on defense, though.
Oh.
Committing a foul there.
Coming in with a vicious block.
Yeah, well, he got up. Washington, 6'7", he got up there pretty high to get a hand on that.
If that would have connected, if that would have been a clean block, you would have lit this place on fire. So Brian Adams coming out big for him, getting the first foul, his first foul, third for Brookdale.
Camden's gonna go to the bench early here.
Checking in a couple of players. Was that number 30, Joshua Smith, and it looks like 42, Derek Peoples.
Another one of the bigger guys for Camden.
Yeah.
But he's gonna come in for number 35, Chris Washington. So a little size for size there.
Yep.
Swap just trying to maintain the.
You're losing an inch.
Yeah, maybe an inch. Maybe get a little bit of beef though. Maybe.
Yeah. So Brookdale finally getting past.
Oh.
Couldn't reel that pass in. Struggling to get past the half-court line there.
And, we mentioned it earlier. Offense is going to be scarce here, so it's really going to be up to Brookdale on the defensive end to get stops and consequently get easy baskets on the other end.
And we look at some of the other scoring games by Brookdale. 104, 94, 90. Lowest scoring game of the season was against Union in a close 64-60 win.
And look for it to be along those lines here today.
Brian couldn't get that one to go in. Brian
shot
Adams
was blocked.
Yeah.
Size, they seem to be coming out here and not too intimidated by the size of Camden, but you know, as we go along here and a few shots get blocked, it might get a little bit more into their heads, you know, preventing them from getting into the lane.
So right now, this is probably Brookdale's, I would say Brookdale's toughest matchup of the season. Camden, as Jameek Moore is rushing down the court, gets the basket to go in for him. Nice little finger roll
right
there.
Over the big man Peoples there.
Camden is 6-1, right below Brookdale in the Division III standings. Jameek Moore pulling in the rebound. So this is a game they really got to win.
Yeah.
Both teams undefeated in Region 19. So, you know, somebody's got to lose and get that first notch in the loss column for the Region 19 games, which come in big at the end of the season. Hey, Rosado with a high arcing shot.
Not exactly what he wanted to do there.
No.
So, and we get the first time out of the day here, 5 minutes in exactly.
So everybody, when you're waiting at halftime, go ahead and order yourself up some Domino's Pizza. Get it from Red Bank. They're located on 60 English Plaza. They're the proud sponsors of Brookdale men's and women's basketball team this season. They're located in downtown Red Bank. You can place your order online at Domino's.com. Get it in time for halftime so you can enjoy a quick bite before getting back to the second half of action.
And, you know, coming out of this timeout, I think both sides, you know, pretty much what they expected how the game would start.
Yeah.
You know, highly contested on the defensive end.
Trading baskets.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I think both teams really going to have to focus on what they're going to do offensively, you know, in order to, you know, make a difference here.
Yeah. We'll see what they can do coming back out to the court here. Coming down the court, number 15, Sean Russell of the Camden Cougars. Rosado playing D on him, with him step for step. Ooh, little slip there by Moore.
Good defense, good rotation there. Brookdale continuing to push the pace.
Very physical game, like we said it.
By the big man there.
Very physical game so far. Both possessions. Soane's running in there. Jameek Moore running in.
Yeah, I mean, you can see Brookdale, you know, really cautious of the size.
Yeah.
You know, trying to really push the ball, you know, get down there before the big men for Camden really get down and have a chance to make any defensive plays.
So the first couple of substitutions for Brookdale, we have number 10, Mason Jones, and number 14, Rashawn Johnson, the biggest guy on the roster, and our favorite name to say.
Yeah, definitely.
Up to Mason Jones. I wish his last name was Dixon, so we can do Mason the Line Dixon from Rocky. That's a great nickname. So we'll stay on this side of the court here, Brookdale ball.
Gotta love the yellow sneakers by Stevens there. See him all the way up here.
Oh, yeah. Rashawn Johnson trying to get it in.
Good job of rebounding.
Yeah.
The big guys are really causing problems
They
down
are.
there, though.
Down low, yeah, it's tough.
There's nothing going to be easy tonight.
No.
That's 2 on Peoples, though. That's important.
Yep. No, that's big. Peoples 6'6".
Looks like they're going to number 44, Noah McFarland, coming in, checking in probably for Peoples here since he's in foul trouble. Again, another guy 6'6", coming off their bench. I mean, they got plenty of those guys.
Yeah, it's
sitting over there. So
it's a good play by head coach of the Cougars.
It's a nice luxury to have.
Lou
Abatista?
Abatista.
I'll go with that.
Abatista. That sounds good. Keeping size in there.
Yeah.
Every play.
Yeah,
so.
definitely. And when you have 4 guys, you can rotate in and out.
Yep.
You know, even with foul trouble, you know, like we have here early, you really can just, you know, I mean, clearly, you know, there's different skill sets that they have, but, you know, the size is something you can't teach. And, you know, since you have that size, you take advantage of it in every possible situation.
Sean Russell bringing it down the court for Camden. Passing it around, number 1, DeAndre Williams, back up to number 30, Joshua Smith. Winding up back at Russell, over to Smith, taking the shot.
Step back jumper there. Not a good shot, well defended there.
Yeah. Rashawn Johnson, I think they see eye to eye, him and Smith. I'm sorry, Johnson's got a couple inches on him, so could have factored into why Joshua Smith missed that last shot. Short possession
Good
for
move.
Brookdale. Oh, wow.
There's a slam there by the big man. Throw it down, big fella. That's what happens.
Got a lot
Leave a guy
of,
that's 6'6", it's not hard for him to get up there and slam it down.
got a lot of Camden fans in the house tonight. Some of the girls must have stuck around.
I think the girls team stuck around here.
See if we can get a little bit of Brookdale action going. And good shot there by Rosado. Do we need a dunk to energize the crowd? Can't we just cheer on a good shot?
Right.
As we see the replay there.
I don't think people realize how easy it is for these guys to just, slam dunk.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder to shoot a three. Speaking of which,
see?
I mean, it's like I planned it almost. Good fake there, right over the big fella. He altered the shot though, he's big, he's a presence down there, and here he comes on the break if they can find him. He really is, and the old adage is, you can't teach height.
No.
So, you have it, you use it, and you learn how to take advantage of it. And they're doing a good job of that early here.
Brookdale ball.
Brookdale ball here.
So we'll head back to the other side of the court. They got a couple players checking in here. Number 40, Anthony Johnson, 6'4".
Yeah.
And number 20, Shakur Woodson, 6'2".
Yeah, so, a little bit smaller here.
Yeah.
Maybe trying to stay with the pace here that Brookdale's trying to push. A little chess game here between the coaches, maybe matching up.
Yeah, Tavon Bennett coming in, 6'1", good matchup. We'll be saying a lot of heights today.
Yeah.
I can foresee that. Over to Bennett, see if he can make the immediate impact. Couldn't get it to go.
That's a good look, though. You look for him to keep shooting that.
He's hit a couple of those corner threes.
Yeah, you got to just catch that and shoot it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to make everything you take, but if it's a good shot, Coach Shizak can't be too upset about it. Good help by Jameek Moore there.
Getting physical down low with Moore and Jones.
Jameek Moore really a rock down low there for Brookdale, consistently just blocking shots and causing problems for the opponent.
So that's Jameek Moore's second foul.
That's
fourth for Brookdale.
Yeah, it's probably going to get him out of here.
Coach Chizak's looking at the
debating
bench.
it. He's looking at it.
Yep. He's weighing his options.
Jenkins. He's
Who am I
looking.
looking at?
He's really looking.
Who's going to do it? Who am I going to
Who's
put
it
in?
gonna
And there he goes.
Brian Adams, all right.
So that was a little look into the mind of head coach Paul Chizak.
Yeah. I think he was debating, maybe going with some size there, but, going with the trusted, Adams, Adams he's a champion. He knows what it takes to get this done. So
it's a good trade.
Yeah, good decision there.
Brian Adams came out, scored a first 5 or 6 points for Brookdale. So
maybe not as long as the rest of Coach Chizak wanted him to get, but you got to get him in there. And again, like we said earlier, maybe a different situation. He maybe goes to a guy like Jenkins off the bench, but in such a tight, highly contested game.
Big block there.
Trusting his starters there.
Rashawn Johnson got tipped. See if he can hit the rim this time. He did, but oh man.
Good pass there. Well, good job, though, getting back.
There you go. That was a very good job there. Number 10, Mason Jones coming back in out of bounds.
That's a good foul. Make him earn it at the free throw line.
Wasn't a diva. Didn't pout on the ground like some of the professional players.
Yeah. You got to really just, it's okay if you make a mistake. You can definitely help your team out by just hustling back.
Get right back up. There's no reason that, you should be sitting there, holding your hands up for a call or nothing. Get back into the game.
And look at that. Missed free throw. Pays off. Nothing easy, right?
Never. Never want to make it easy, especially in a close game like this, 12-10 in favor of the Jersey Blues. Number 21, Deontay West, trying to make his second free throw. No good, so it absolutely
again, the hustle pays off.
Yeah.
A little bit of a full court press
Tavon
here.
Bennett trying to get some help.
2-2-1 full court press. Oh, it pays off.
Tough there. Bennett was calling for help from Johnson. Bit of a miscommunication and.
Oh, good play. What a move up and under.
Wow.
Adams just caught in no man's land. Really went up. Not a bad defensive effort there by Adams going kind of straight up, but just Woodson just went up and under. A little nifty athletic move there. Really finished strong there.
And a frustrated Coach Chizak will plug in Sones in place of David Rosado.
I think it's the first time I've seen tie score here as well.
Yeah. I didn't know it went yellow.
Yeah, I didn't know exactly. That's what I noticed. That something's wrong with the clock.
Yeah. So Soanes coming back in. Bennett, see, they're having a tough time with the inbound. You know, it's a lot of confusion.
Yeah.
It looks like.
Yeah.
Give it to somebody else but Bennett, because he's looking very frazzled once he gets the ball.
Again, we said earlier, this is the best team we've seen all season.
Yes.
So really just, a different level of play really kind of affecting Brookdale here.
You know, is this going to be a similar situation to last year when they lost that game, although it was late in the season? Maybe they need one early to slow them down a bit. You know, something that you don't hope for, but you can.
But you know what? I think maybe that loss last season, maybe, a couple of the guys that were on the team, they're coming back here, can definitely help them, get out of this situation. And, it's going to be a close game, but, can they execute down the stretch?
Very similar, very similar situation to what just happened. Bennett scrambling for the ball rolling out of bounds, almost goes back to Camden, but bodies flying everywhere. Brookdale comes out with it. So they may have a chance to get past the half-court line because they're right there.
Adams out again. Looks like he's maybe grimacing a little bit, but nothing too serious, hopefully.
So Brookdale finally on their side of the court for more than a half a second. Nice little move there, inside pass to Rashawn Johnson. Couldn't get it to fall, but Soanes with the rebound, tough inside, gets it to go.
He got up high on that. A really good job of getting up over the defense. And again, the lack of, maybe the size on the bench isn't doing anything for Camden here.
And Soanes doing a little bit of what I was just saying not to do and looking at the ref for a call. Just get back on the court and play the game. That's something that always frustrated me watching any players do in any sport. Almost got the three there. Would have been big for Mason Jones. Looks like David Rosado and Ricky Stevens looking to check back in. Or David Rosado just waiting in the wings.
So Coach Chizak, using his bench here, but, the same few guys in and out.
He's rotating them in here and there. And this is another thing, I don't know if I had maybe said this already and my mind is blanking a little bit, but this is the first team Brookdale's faced that has a little bit of depth to them.
Yeah, definitely.
Looking at the roster here side by side, they just about match up and play.
Yeah, they're using a lot of guys here too.
Looks like they have some inactives, the guys there on the bleachers with the shirts and ties on, but overall they have the biggest roster Brookdale has seen here at home. Rashawn Johnson with the second shot. Can't get it to go. So some early struggles by Johnson, a player who's usually very prolific and a big threat in the Brookdale's game.
I think maybe he's used to being one of the bigger guys in the court, and maybe that's having a little bit of an effect on him.
That's very true. That's very true. He's not used to facing a big bunch of big guys. They'll have that one big guy. Every team always has that one big guy.
But they've got a bunch of big guys. And guys that even play a little bit bigger than they are because, they get up pretty high.
So I'll tell you what, guys, don't leave your couch. This is going to be a great game. All tied up at 15. Trading blows back and forth. And there's Brookdale getting on top.
Coming inside though, not afraid to get in there. You could say what you say what you want. The 2-point game, but Brookdale's getting good looks, good baskets.
They are.
It's just it's going to be a
it's a hard fought game. It's going to be a very hard fought game. Sean Russell trying to make something happen.
Good ball pressure there by Stevens.
Absolutely.
That's
big three. Number 33, James Cooper.
Brookdale looking to push the pace here. Like pretty much they have the whole first half. Coming off the defensive rebound, getting the outlet pass to one of the guards and just pushing that ball up. Trying to really catch the big men in the backcourt, not getting back on defense.
It was a very good move by Bennett, rushing in and drawing the foul. Heading to the stripe to take a couple of shots. So I want to tell you guys what, if you want to hear some great new music along with some classic cuts from bands you haven't heard in years, check out 90.5 tonight, Brookdale Public Radio, Monmouth County's only non-commercial public radio station. For all the latest news, weather, and traffic, check out Brookdale Public Radio 90.5 tonight. So Brookdale bringing it up to a 3-point lead, 18-15 right now, maybe trying to make it a 4. If he can grab this next shot. Looking to sub in for Camden. We have number 24, Kadir Knock.
And, you know, Coach Batista's really going deep into his bench here.
He is, yeah.
Interesting. Maybe just trying to throw, you know, a bunch of different looks at Brookdale. You know, knowing Brookdale's got a deep bench themselves, maybe trying to keep his guys fresh as well.
Bennett couldn't get that other one to go. Rebound grab by Camden. Bringing it back up, 8.5 minutes remaining. Brookdale holding on to that 3-point lead. Extended it from 2, so that's one good point you could have taken out of that. Zone's doing big over here on number 10, Braxton Watson.
Good job of defensive intensity, really pressuring the ball there, causing the turnover.
Great job there by Sones. Yeah, Ricky Stevens bringing it down the court for Brookdale. One thing, Tavon Bennett's been kind of throwing his arms up a lot, like
yeah,
a little confused, maybe some frustration there. But he hasn't been doing bad for the Jersey Blues.
I think maybe he's a little frustrated, you know, maybe not exactly getting the ball when he thinks he maybe should be, but
yeah,
you know, it'll come. You do the right thing, the ball will get to you. The ball seems to find you when you're open, so he just got to, you know, stay confident and, you know, stay relaxed and do what he's supposed to be doing. He'll be all right.
So Rashawn Johnson trying to redeem himself from missing those, I believe one of those free throws before. He might have missed both. And
if Brookdale's going to win this game, they're going to need a big-time performance from Johnson. Again, being the biggest guy on the roster.
Yeah.
Really, you know, on the defensive end, he's going to have to, you know, guard the bigger guys. You know, and offensively, you know, he can get over the defense. So he really just needs to, you know, take his time and, you know, he does a good job of getting the free throw line here.
He makes the first one, and, you know, he gets some sort of responsibility undoubtedly put on him being the biggest guy on the team. He's got to put the presence there. Brookdale grabs it, makes it a 3-point play. So the missed free throw turns into 2 points. Sean Russell coming down, saying his name a lot.
Oh, tough call.
So we got a foul.
Stevens got caught on a back screen from number 20, Shakur Woodson. And I guess they called Stevens for the foul on Woodson.
Getting an explanation from the ref now, pleading his case.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
I don't think he really had anywhere to go but into the offensive player. So unfortunate for him, it's just, you know, unfortunate circumstance that nowhere for him to go, just right into the offensive player, and he'll get the foul call every time pretty much on that. But he misses the free throw, so maybe the ball don't lie, you know?
There
you go. Wallace once said.
Corey Sones coming down, pass it to, puts up the shot.
Oh, big time.
Tipped in there.
And there it is.
That might have
been Johnson.
I think our arena announcer here's got to get a little bit of flavor on Rashawn Johnson. Got to extend it a little bit.
Maybe I'll go down there at halftime, give him some tips.
That doesn't sound like a bad idea. So don't forget, guys, there is still time to register for this upcoming spring 2014 semester. Open registration ends on December 23rd and resumes on January 2nd through the 4th. Payments are due at time of registration, or you may be dropped from classes, so don't forget to bring your checkbooks. Brookdale's winter term classes begin on January 6th, and the 15-week spring term starts on January 22nd.
Looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah.
You got all registered for class?
I did, yeah.
Good, me too.
I did it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, me too. Nice and early, yeah, definitely.
Yep. Get the class you want, get them where you want.
Yep.
I passed all my gen ed stuff, so I got to take everything here at Lincroft. A little bit of a drive, but what are you going to do? So we are coming back down. 23-15, Brookdale put a nice little cushion on him. David Rosado coming in late, putting a hand in his face. Sprinting down court, trying to pull that in.
Ball was cross-court pass there.
It was a little bit away from him. It wasn't right in the breadbasket.
Good no-look pass there. And a great job by Rashawn Johnson.
Oh, the big man.
Big time block. I love that name.
He couldn't hear. He had to hear us up here. There he goes, Rashawn Johnson.
Foul number 14, Rashawn Johnson. That's his first 8-team foul.
Good to see him.
Really making his presence felt.
Oh yeah. You take that foul. That's a big momentum shifter there.
Yeah.
That eats at you a little bit when you're the player that gets stuffed.
Letting him know there's nothing easy here.
So over to Tavon Bennett, who's been leading up some of these plays for Brookdale. In place of Ricky Stevens and a little bit of foul trouble. Over to Sones. Back over to Bennett.
He traveled.
So they will get him on that call. 6 minutes, 36 seconds remaining in the first half. That ball could have sailed out of bounds there. Hold it in, and the three ball. Number 20, Shakur Woodson. Something that they really needed. Put it down to a 4-point lead as opposed to the 7, so they got an open three opportunity there, and they take it. Corey Stones couldn't get it to go. So we will get a jump ball.
Possession goes to Camden.
Get our first look at Tyrone Curry here.
Tyrone Curry, another big player for Brookdale, comes in and seems like he was
one of those guys that's
yeah.
earned his minutes, you know,
absolutely
over the course of the season here.
He comes in and he always makes a play right off the bat.
Yeah. Look for Coach Izek to get a good couple minutes here, and a lot of energy from him.
This set of referees is letting him wear his armband.
A little bit of a mix-up on the defensive end there, and Coach Izek is not happy about it.
Nope.
So, both men went with the screener there. No one stayed with the ball.
Yeah.
Clear lane right to the basket there.
So we'd like to remind you again, Domino's Pizza of Red Bank is our proudly supporting our Brookdale's men's and women's basketball team this season. Domino's located at 60 English Plaza in downtown Red Bank. You can place your order right now at Domino's.com, and I'm sure you can get it in time for half. Have some nice, delicious pizza before the second half of action.
I think Domino's again. Big part of our broadcast here.
They are, yeah. Fueling us in between games, keeping us going.
Well, we're here for a while, and they're definitely keeping us well fed.
Getting back out of this timeout here.
A couple happy members of the crowd there. We'll wave at the camera.
Yeah, decent outing here at the Robert J.
Nice,
Collins Arena.
Solid turnout here. Again, it's a big game for Brookdale, so
no, it absolutely
the turnout's, reflecting that.
Tyrone Curry had it. Could see it on his face. He wanted to take it, but he didn't.
Yeah. No, he traveled.
Third time. Keep doing that. They're going to call you on it once. You're going to make a mistake.
That's such a common mistake made at this level. That head fake, and before you put the ball on the ground, you take your first step. It's just, it happens to the best of them. It's just one of those things that, you just, in the flow of the game, you don't realize how quickly you're moving, and your feet kind of go before the ball does.
Number 21, Deontay West. Tyrone Curry defending. Trying to poke in there.
A little over-aggressive there. Coach Chizak,
why?
Really not happy with Curry. I mean, Curry, on the defensive end before with the, misplaying the pick and roll there, and this time coming in the foul. I don't know how long he's going to stay with Curry, but
some players who normally are very good impacts right when they come in the game, such as Rashawn Johnson. Before he had that big block and good baskets, coming in some early struggles. So it's going to be interesting the way to see where Coach Chizak goes with the rest of this game.
And again, don't be surprised if you see a guy like Curry getting a chance here, and if Coach Izek doesn't like it, he'll go to someone else in that second half. He's got a lot of guys that have proven they can handle it.
He absolutely does. Brought it down from the 7-point lead that Brookdale had going to 2.
Good move by Johnson.
And there you go,
Rashawn Johnson. He's really contributing big time here. Really been a big part of the success so far.
Definitely big in the last couple minutes of play. Big block.
Get some extended minutes,
points,
too.
Yeah.
Oh, inside of the big man.
There you
He's
go.
doing some work, but Johnson doing a good job.
Bennett and Johnson.
Bennett came over to help, too.
Yeah. David Rosado almost had an inside look there.
Big
but
shot by Bennett. Big time three by Bennett.
Looking like a 3, and it was. So just like that, Brookdale's back up to that 7-point lead in a matter of a couple of possessions.
Looks like Camden's trying to go inside.
Couldn't get it to fall. Looked like it might have been out last on.
Ooh.
Yeah. I had a different angle, Mr. Official, and I think it was out on number 44, but we will go with what he called on the court.
He's closer to the play, so we'll let him make that call. But
number 15, Sean Russell passing it in.
And
Rashad Johnson getting a big hand from his teammates.
He deserves it. Number 21, James Jenkins coming in for him. Fell in some big shoes.
Yeah, Jenkins one of the bigger guys also on this roster. Oh, good time, big time anticipation there. And big time slam getting this crowd going.
That's how you get the crowd going right there.
Little two-handed slam.
The little pull-up on the rim, too. Lifted himself up a couple more inches.
Getting this crowd going a little bit. And Brookdale really turning up the intensity on the defensive end here.
Holding there by Rosado, but he's got a lot of blue jerseys around him. Gets it out to Curry.
Good job getting rid of that, and a great outlet pass by Curry.
He had Jenkins on, but he pulled it up. Great shot.
Bennett's been huge off the bench, and a big-time run here by Brookdale. Get the lead up to 11 points.
So huge there. In just the swing of things, Brookdale was only up by 2 after just having a 7-point lead. Brought it up to 7, now 11.
Defensive intensity, hit a couple, a three, a couple jump shots, and then the big-time slam really got this crowd going.
Yeah. Definitely you saw that factor into Camden's timeout over there. So don't forget to tune into Brookdale Television throughout Monmouth County on Comcast Channel 21 and Verizon Fios Channel 46. We are also live right now streaming online. So go to brookdalecc.edu, navigate, I believe it's in the bottom right hand of the page. You'll see the live TV and videos. You can watch a live stream if you already are right now, if you're not in the area. So Wednesdays and Sundays, 11:30 a.m., 5:30 p.m., and again at 11:30 p.m. for the repeats of tonight's broadcast of Brookdale Jersey Blues basketball.
You got to give it to Coach Chisak here, making the call. Get Bennett in there early. He's really contributed since he came on the court. Had big time contributions on the offensive end off the bench. And Rashawn Johnson played a big part.
Going to the full court there.
Yeah, and they causing the turnover there.
So big play with a happy David Rosado.
Camden's got to be careful here. They're just, I'm sorry, not turnover. They called a timeout because they couldn't get the ball in. But Camden, again, they got to be careful. This 11-point lead can, we've seen before, these leads can get up pretty quickly. So
if you want to come down and not only see some Brookdale basketball, you want to see some Harlem Globetrotters basketball, come down March 19th and March 20th, Wednesday and Thursday, coming up later on in 2014. The fans rule in 2014. It's the original Harlem Globetrotters give fans the power to decide which rules will impact the game at the Collins Arena the 19th and the 20th of March. Doors open at 6 p.m. and the trick shots and silly antics begin at 7 p.m. So purchase your tickets today at ticketweb.com or be sure to call the arena box office at 732-224-2070 for any more details. And I'll tell you what, you want to get here early because the parking is not going to be fun. No. Not fun for me as a student. I hope I don't have any classes during those days because that is a nightmare.
But it'll be fun.
It will, yeah. They pack the seats here at Collins Arena, I tell you that.
Oh, big time defensive pressure there by Sones.
Let him slip by him, though. Driving in.
Offensive foul.
There you go, yeah.
Again, defensively, Brookdale really just locking it down on the defensive end.
Bennett coming in and not giving up.
Second personal, 10. Team foul. Williams.
A lot of fouls here, 19 total, 10 for
And again,
the Cougars.
It's interesting to see that, Coach Abatista just not really using his big time, giants per se.
Yeah.
In this game too much. And right now, the biggest guy they got out there is about 6'4". So, and again, that travel, that fake
it's
pass,
plaguing him.
It gets everybody.
Third, second or third time it happened to him.
Good steal by Curry.
He poked the ball out there, down to Bennett, driving in.
Good finish.
Gets it to roll.
Big time game here by Bennett early.
He's been huge for him.
He's been the source of their offense, and the primary source for offense for them.
Yeah, especially with this 13-point lead they got working right now.
Camden desperate for a bucket here. Just really having a tough time with this Brookdale defense. Oh, but a good look here.
Wide open three.
Can't hit. Offensive rebound. Two teammates fight over the ball.
You get in the heat of things, you don't know who's wearing what jersey. See a lot. You start blocking your own teammate, or.
That's 2 on Curry.
It's not good with only 2 minutes remaining in this first half of play. Number 23, Lamont Davis, at the free throw line.
And again, it's interesting to see that, you know, Camden's really not going with their size. It kind of worked for them early a little bit. I'm surprised that they're maybe not, you know, going to put maybe, I guess they're probably a little bit afraid of the speed of Brookdale here.
Yeah. There you go. Cutting it down to 12, the deficit. Over to Bennett, to Rosado.
Ooh.
Back over to Sones. Curry could have grabbed that one too. Sones takes the shot, and it's good. Nice little jumper there. Over
Sones
number 30, Joshua
Sones
Smith.
has really been buckets on that mid-range jump shot, really knocking him down. He loves that shot.
Passing around, winds up in the hands of number 15, Sean Russell, over to Smith.
Maybe a little bit.
DeAndre Williams, the shortest player on the team, standing at 5'8". For the Cougars, inside there, little
right
over his head.
Yep.
Blues ball. Jones checks back in for Brookdale.
Mason Jones in for Curry.
Curry with a couple of fouls, like we said.
Good effort though. Started off maybe a little iffy on the defensive end, but really, really fought back.
There you go, giving him something to talk about. Didn't count, but you got to dunk it. So it's just as we expected. Very defensive and a pretty foul-heavy game. 20 fouls total. Team split in them 10 and 10. With a minute and a half remaining in this first half.
Good defense there, but great defense there by Jenkins.
Yeah. Good job turning around.
Couldn't catch up to that one.
And you can hear him.
Jenkins was back there on his own, 2-on-1 for Camden. Really just made the right decision to go after the ball and force a tough pass and created a turnover there.
He heard it from head coach Chizak on the sidelines there. So we'll get a foul called on Tavon Bennett.
Foul number 2, Tavon Bennett.
Someone you don't want to see get into foul trouble. Only 2, so
Only
not
2,
that bad. Not
almost
that bad.
at the end of the first half here, so.
He'll get some rest probably in the opening minutes in a second.
Exactly, he'll come off the bench. But great first half for him. He's really been the difference maker here for Brookdale.
Absolutely.
Huge part of their offense. Where they maybe were struggling a little bit earlier for offense, he really came in and gave them a big spark.
Also on the defensive side of the court as well.
Definitely.
You can't doubt him there. Rosado, little over the basket.
And there's a foul on the floor. It's tough when you foul them, 80 feet away from the basket. And they get a couple free throws for it. So it's, not what Coach Isak wants to see.
No, not with less than a minute remaining and, a 13-point lead. It's modest, but you saw how fast it slipped away from him before.
Yeah.
Mason Jones. That's his first personal foul.
I think maybe one of the interesting things to point out here, Brookdale doing a really good job making this run with, Jameek Moore really has been on the bench most of the second part of this first half with the foul trouble. But, Johnson came in, did a great job, for him. And then a couple guys, Jenkins and
Corey Sones doing a good job.
Yeah, so, I mean, really, everyone's stepping up, doing a good job. Good pass by Rosado. And a good finish by Jenkins. Again, guys stepping up here. Guys coming off the bench, just doing their job.
So Jenkins will head to the free throw line to take a couple of shots.
That's his first personal foul.
Brookdale really, really doing well. What they keyed in on was, rebounding and pushing the pace of the game and really making the big guys run. And they did a really good job of that to the point where Coach Batista really just got his big guys out of the game because they weren't getting the job done.
So Brookdale's done a very good job of kind of cutting off the head of the beast of these big guys.
Making them kind of play their game.
Yeah. I mean, trying to go through all the players here. Looks like the biggest one on the court right now might be 6'4" Anthony Johnson, number 40.
He takes advantage of that 6'4" frame, really going over the top of the defense on that one.
So we're slowing up action here. Tavon Bennett.
7 seconds or so.
Ticking down the clock. Taking the last shot there.
Oh,
Corey Stone's fall back. Couldn't get it to go. Would have been pretty. Unfortunately, couldn't go for him. We will head into the locker room. Score 38, Brookdale. And the Camden Cougars 27, so it was at a 7-point lead for most of the time for Brookdale. They let it slip away from them, but they got it back up to an 11-point lead.
And I think, the play of Bennett was huge for them off the bench. I mean, we couldn't say it enough, in that first half. Really providing them with the offense they needed. Really struggling early, and, Johnson got a hand from his teammates when he came out of the game. He did a great job as well. So, the bench really contributing. And like we said, certain guys, they get opportunities to play in those, those blowouts or those big leads, and really taking advantage of, coming into a close game and showing coach, I'm here. Even in a close game, you can count on me, and I'll get my job done.
So score at half here, 38-27. Join us in a couple of minutes. Don't go too far. We will have an interview with one of the men's basketball players, so keep it locked here on Brookdale TV.
Planning a large-scale event or conference? Consider Brookdale Community College and its versatile Collins Arena. The Collins Arena is the premier venue for all kinds of corporate and community events. Live concerts and celebrity happenings, trade shows and expositions, sporting events and tournaments. The Collins Arena has countless layout options to meet your needs. Bring your next event to life at the Collins Arena at Brookdale Community College. Go to brookdalecc.edu/events and start planning your next event now.
I choose to coach national champions. We've had some great success. The program, it's produced, I think, some great student athletes. We've been successful on the court, and we've also been very successful off the court. I'm Paul Chizak, head basketball coach of the Jersey Blues national champions.
Success starts at Brookdale.
I live my dream every day working in my own restaurant. It's great waking up every day, coming to a job I love, and seeing, getting an immediate response from people. Probably wouldn't have got that without my start at Brookdale. The Culinary Education Center at Brookdale was great to me because it taught me the basic skills I needed to pursue a career in the industry that I love, which eventually led to me opening my own restaurant. Each year we've continued to grow, added staff members. I'm proud to say all of which are either graduates or students of Brookdale's Culinary Education Center. I've also been fortunate enough to be nominated twice for a James Beard Award, Best Chef Mid-Atlantic. Brookdale's easy, it's accessible, it's right in your own backyard. Course times are all varied, you could always fit it in your schedule. You have no reason not to go.
My name's Andrew Aranio, owner of Drew's Bayshore Bistro and Keyport, and I got my start at Brookdale.
I choose to be a winner, on and off the court. Brookdale helped me achieve my success by putting the right people around me. The athletic department is one of the best, giving us mentors off the court, being able to succeed in the classroom, getting on the dean's list, and then to be able to win the national championship. I'm Neil Thompson, Jersey Blues national champion. Success starts at Brookdale.
All of the action is closer than you think here at Brookdale Community College. Join us in the new Robert J. Collins Arena located on the south side of the Lincroft campus. The Collins Arena is a multi-purpose venue that is used for several campus and community events. Numerous layout options allow the arena to accommodate a variety of special events, including live concerts, intense mixed martial arts and kickboxing tournaments, high-flying cheerleading competitions, the well-designed Jersey Shore Home Show, And the Shore Conference Basketball Tournament for all the sports fanatics looking for an unforgettable game day experience. Don't wait, grab your tickets today and join us in the Robert J. Collins Arena, where every event is a special event. Learn more about our upcoming events today. Call us at 732-224-1867. For more information, find us at brookdalecc.edu/events.
Hi, and welcome to Brookdale Newsmakers, your source for what's happening on our campus and in your community. I'm Darren D'Amato, and joining us today is Zach Eisenberg, Vice President of PTK. Zach, thank you for coming here.
It's a pleasure to be here, Darren. Thanks for having me.
And what does PTK stand for?
Phi Theta Kappa. That's the aggregate society of what we're constituents of.
Okay, and what are you constituents of?
The Honor Society. That's the federal whole society that we are representatives of, and our chapter particularly at Brookdale is Alpha Pi Theta.
Okay, and I understand that you have embarked upon a new initiative as part of PTK?
Yes, it is. C4. It's short for Community College Completion Corps. That's the initiative that they have taken as a whole, PTK, and Alpha Pi Theta is doing things in particular throughout this year specifically to carry that out and promote it.
Okay, and why is it so important for students to get their associate's degree?
Well, as advocates of the Honor Society, we want to promote how you receive your certificate and how imperative that is before you matriculate onto a four-year institution. There are articulation agreements with four-year schools, but that's not enough because there are students that are circumventing the whole process and leaving after 1 year, and we want to strive to show how important it is that you utilize to its fullest capacity what Brookdale and other community colleges have to offer.
Okay, and what happens when a student is circumventing Brookdale?
Well, the thing is that after 2 years, sometimes 3, 20% of students actually do not complete all of their credentials before that 3-year or 2-year framework. So what happens is when they apply to a 4-year institution for any sort of jobs, they don't have the full accolades that they could have. The transfer process becomes a little intricate as far as the credits taken. If you have your associate's degree, it's a little easier. It facilitates that process of how many credits they take. And more importantly, it's a financially sound decision how you can go on to a 4-year school. And they compensate for that pretty generously.
Okay, so there are some economical ramifications if a student were to not matriculate here at Brookdale?
Correct, and even on the toolkit on the community college site, that's cccompletioncorps.com, the Community College Completion Corps. It states facts. It's not just rhetoric. It goes into long-term effects as well. Typically, the student on average receives $8,000 more a year if they do complete their associate's degree, $400,000 in a lifetime, so that's a significant amount as well. So vis-a-vis getting a job and keeping that job as well, it's pretty important. And unemployment is actually decreased on average 30% when a student does receive their associate's degree and goes on to receive a job afterwards.
Okay, so what are some of the initiatives that you've embarked upon as part of the C4 initiative?
Well, so far this year, we've taken a dichotomous approach with executives from the school, such as Dr. Murphy, our president, and other individuals as well. We have signs in our library, that's a Bank Your Library, and other parts of campus, such as Larison Hall, where the majority of English classes are as well. Those are optimal demographics we want to reach out to because most kids are in the library, whether they're studying or not. We have displays, they sign banners, just to show that they advocate and support. They want to promote this program to show that they are willing to get their certificate first, antecedent to graduating and going on to a 4-year school or a vocational job or anything that they're interested in. That's pretty much where our support lies in other students. We are students taking the initiative to entice them to join, and the most influential people are fellow peers and students, and that's why we want to take this road. Professors can do a significant job considerably when it comes to impacting their students in the classroom, but the most important people that can influence others is your fellow students that are juxtaposed next to you in each class.
Okay, thank you, Zach, and we're very fortuitous to have you have joined us today. Thank you for joining us on Brookdale Newsmakers. Our guest today was Zach Eisenberg. For more information, visit brookdalecc.edu or check us out on Facebook. I'm Darren D'Amato, and see you next time here on Brookdale Newsmakers.
All right, everybody. Brookdale TV here. My name is Pat Groth here. Thank you for joining us as well. We have our guest here, Joe Nickerson. So we like to ask a couple questions here. So you guys, 8-game win streak right now. Voted top team in the nation 12 times in a row. How do you think the team's doing this year? What do you think it's going to be like?
I think we're doing very well right now. I mean, we recruited a lot of freshmen. Only 5 sophomores returned. Only 3 really played. But as of a team grade, I would say we about a B+ right now. We could be better. But we getting there. We young still.
Very good. How are you feeling about the game today? You guys have been, it's been very close. Probably one of the toughest opponents you faced. A lot of big guys. They've kind of cut the head off of that monster. How do you think they're going to bounce back here in the second half?
I think we're doing very well right now. I mean, 2 of our starters was in foul trouble. But as of the game overall, I think we're doing well. I think we have to fight more on the rebounds, take better shots, and talk more defense. But other than that, I think we're doing very well.
All right, thank you very much for joining us, Joe. We'll head back to the action here in the second half, so stick around here on Brookdale Television. Thank you for joining us as always.
I get to make people's dreams a reality and help them protect their most valuable assets.
Every day, I get to give your dreams a chance.
I get to provide the best healthcare experience for our patients.
The opportunity to be creative in all areas of the performing arts.
I got my start at Brookdale.
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 hope you enjoy your time here. We would like to take a minute to remind you of the importance of good sportsmanship.
The National Junior College Athletic Association is committed
to the ideals of good sportsmanship, safety, and fair play.
We ask all fans,
coaches and players to show respect
for the opposing team,
game officials, and each other before,
during,
and after today's game.
Persons throwing objects or participating in other acts
in conflict with good sportsmanship, safety, and fair play
are subject to ejection and prosecution.
Your cooperation is greatly appreciated. We are all leaders. Thank you. Let's go Blues!
Rich Robinson. I'm the program director for Brookdale Public Radio, 90.5 The Night. Well, I love the idea of working with the students, getting a chance to kind of pay it forward because I got my start here at Brookdale. So in that respect, it's great that I get a chance to bring back to Brookdale all that Brookdale gave me. The radio station is one of the most popular stations in the area, and that's also pretty much a thrill that I get to play lots of cool music and interview great people like Gloria Steinem, people like that that have come through here, have some fun. If students are truly interested in pursuing radio, and they go through the academic courses that are offered here, then they have all the opportunity in the world to learn how to be on the radio and do it professionally. I mean, that's the basis of what we do here at 90.5 The Night, is to run a very professional radio station that just happens to be on a college campus and part of a college community. So that when students become part of our station, they're trained by people that have been doing it for a living professionally for decades, and they learn how to do it the right way so that they're well-versed to leave here and get a job in the industry. It's our mission, first of all, to be a community radio station. So letting the communities know what we're doing here on the campus is pretty important, but also being the voice of the community for the community, I think, is very important.
All right, thank everybody for joining us back here at the Robert J. Collins Arena here on Brookdale TV. We have our scores heading into the second half of action. Brookdale 38 and the Camden Cougars 27. So Brookdale holding that 11-point lead pretty strong. What do you think they got to do in the second half to keep it?
Well, I think, the defensive intensity's got to stay up. They got to play it, they're playing at a high level right now on defense, really doing a good job of pressuring the ball, getting turnovers.
Yeah.
Stones with a couple steals, and they're doing a really good job of taking away the big guys. So, I mean, they're going to have to continue to do that.
So stick around here on Brookdale TV for the second half of action coming up at you right now. Big early inside moves there by Brookdale, trying to get a basket to go in. Corey Stones looking committed, taking a shot. Still clutching his wrist maybe, or coming back down the court.
Good job by Adams to rotate there, help on the defensive end.
Stones coming down inside to Rosado, risky pass, gets it to go in. Luckily, number 20 for Camden tripped up there. Could have went the other direction.
Good job with Rosado, just staying with that ball, taking what the defense gave him there. And not trying to dunk, which is important.
And Jameek Moore standing his ground.
Yeah, with the foul trouble early in the first half, he's really just kind of put his arms up and said, come get me, and he really did a good job of just stopping the defender from doing what he tried to, the offensive player from doing what he wanted to do.
That inside pass there by Rosado was poked out, but grabbed by Corey Stones. Passes it up to Ricky Stevens. Back up to Stones, inside to Moore. Can't get it to go. Brian Adams almost saved it from going out of bounds.
And a quick substitution here. Mason Jones in for Sones, who seems to be getting some attention there by the trainer.
Yeah, Sones looked like on the first possession there.
May have jammed a finger, maybe.
Yeah, grabbing, I think, his right wrist or hand or something.
Oh.
Hopefully it's nothing too serious.
Find out what's going on, and we'll let you know.
Braxton Watson bringing it down. Ricky Stevens on defense. Over to Sean Russell, who's a big part of the Camden there. Being a big part so far in the second half, getting the first basket.
Camden coming out with the full court press here. And Rashawn Johnson checking in.
There he is. You got to get him on an interview. Just tell him how good his name is.
Yeah. Think he knows? Probably not, right?
I don't think so.
A really good job of this full court pressure here. Brookdale does a good job of beating it.
He's got Mason. There he goes.
Good pass by Rosado.
He had Mason Jones the whole time, man. There you go. Good second effort. Putting his own basket in after the miss.
Oh, and
running into
Jones
Rosado.
and Rosado collide. But
a little bit too much celebrating there as Brookdale couldn't get back down the court in time.
Davis checks in for the Cougars.
So again, going away from the size early here. As Washington, finds the bench after just 2 minutes. Oh, Rosado stepped out of bounds.
Cougars ball.
Good inside move. Couldn't get it to go, but good offensive rebound.
Great block by Rashawn Johnson.
There he goes, David Rosado finding him down the court, and it goes in. Great play with the assist from Rashawn. Pokes the ball out there right into Jameek Moore's hands.
A little bit of maybe a little bit of contact there on the backside. Tough call there, but you know.
Corey Soanes making his way back to the bench with his
looks like he taped up his wrist. You're right. Yep.
Stabilized to his thumb a little bit to keep everything in place. We'll see if it affects his gameplay at all. It was a bit of a strange pass there. Maybe didn't know where his guy was.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of an alley-oop attempt there, but good job of stealing it off.
And a tricky move by number 15, Sean Russell. Almost bounced it off of Rashawn Johnson back out of bounds, but not Rashawn Johnson. Not in his house.
Definitely not.
Hey, there you go.
Nice.
So you got Ricky Stevens.
Really wanted the ball. Just set up a play here. Smart possession.
Being a
really
leader
leading this team.
Yep. As you heard Joe Nickerson say, he told me he will be returning the 10th, so he will be back in action very soon for Brookdale, which is big. He was the MVP of the tournament last year, something I did not know until after the interview. I wish I would have known. Congratulate him on that. So if you watch the replays, Joe, congratulations. It'll be great to have you back. You know, one of the 5 returning sophomores. I believe he's the 6th. So.
Yeah.
You know, the leadership role is taken by a lot of these guys, Rosado, Brian Adams, Corey Soanes, Bennett, and Ricky Stevens, with a whole lot of freshmen on the team.
Yeah. You know, really instilling the work ethic that, you know, Coach Isek instilled in them and these younger guys.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's paying off, you know, day to day, game to game. They're really just, you know, leading by example.
So you may not see a lot of the deep bench that Coach Chizak likes to put out. This game with it being so close, unless they start to pull away on this lead a little bit more.
But still definitely some key contributions off the bench.
There is,
by guys like Johnson and Bennett, and now even Mason Jones is getting some extended minutes here with Soanes on the bench.
They're just not delving very deep into the bench as sometimes they do with guys like Gersecki and I wouldn't be surprised.
Grant,
if you see a lot
Tyler
of
Kearney, guys like
Chain,
that. Yeah.
Not a bad guy who can come off and compete with these guys. I think you may see a little bit of action to him later.
Yeah.
All quality players, but you know it's a tough game right now. Ricky Stevens gets it to roll.
Brookdale starting to pull away here. Seem to be finding a formula that works.
So trying to bring it up to a 20-point lead if he makes this shot. Couldn't get it to bounce. Almost Rashawn Johnson got the rebound. Very close, tipped it.
Great bounce pass there.
The double team on the other end of the court surrendered a defender down on the side where they needed to be, and it wound up in a Camden basket.
Rosado stepped on the line. Rosado struggling a little bit tonight.
He is, yeah. He's not having one of his standout games. He's, you know, having a little bit spots here and there, but overall some inconsistencies, unfortunately.
We're still being a little bit over aggressive here on the full court press, trying to jump in the passing lanes and really doing not a great job. You know, maybe a little overcommitment there, and getting themselves out of position, and then leading to easy basket.
It's the second play in a row where they double team a guy down here coming off of the inbound pass, and it winds up in a quick basket down on the other end of the court.
Yeah, and then Mason Jones kind of, tried to get in the passing lane, try to maybe go for a steal there, missed the ball, ended up letting his man, go right by him and resulting in an easy basket.
So the
Moore now with 3 fouls.
Both players wearing 23. Both get fouls. We're 3-3 right now with both teams.
It's a little bit of confusion here.
So trying to get everything squared away on the sideline, waiting for...
Maybe a little bit of note here. Soane's still on the bench with that wrapped wrist. Be interested to see maybe Coach Shizak maybe waiting for make sure this, keep him out as long as he can.
I wouldn't... 15-point lead now. It was just that 20.
Yeah, you see it get down to maybe 9 or 10. You may see him again, but
you may want to risk it a little bit. But
try
to stay away from it.
The longer you can keep him out there, definitely give it. Most likely it's just a sprained wrist or
something like that. But you want to just give him a chance to heal up a little bit.
Inside, Ricky Stevens almost had the lane, couldn't get it to go. Back up to Mason Jones.
And interesting to see the Coach Isak going with Mason Jones instead of Bennett here.
Maybe he's trying to save Bennett. Maybe see around maybe the 10-minute mark. Bennett will come in to close out the game.
2 seconds on the shot clock.
2 fouls Bennett had, I believe it was.
Yeah, Bennett had, that's true. Bennett did have the 2 fouls at the end of the half there.
So you see maybe in a couple
trying to
minutes.
preserve him here for as long as he can. Really, with this 15-point lead, like you said, just you're not going to pull out all the stops quite yet.
He'll probably look to put him in, whether it gets to a 10-point lead, maybe at the 10-minute mark.
Sure, somewhere around there. Yep.
Yeah.
And then that's the luxury of having a deep bench. You don't have to. You're not forced to play guys that you don't really want to.
Exactly. You can have a guy like Mason Jones come in.
Exactly, and he get the job done.
David
I
Rosado.
think Corey Soane's looking to check in now.
Yeah.
So maybe a little quicker than we thought. Maybe he's probably all right then.
Just a little bit extra tape, just as a precaution. You don't want it to something that's minor to get major.
Yeah, and with Jameek Moore with the 3 fouls, not a bad idea to get him out of there here too with this 17-point lead.
Hanging his head a little bit frustrated.
Good teaching moment here.
Yep. And that's the main thing as a coach. You're a teacher first. So Camden trying to make something happen.
A tough drive there.
Very
a lot of
physical,
contact, a lot of physical play here.
Heard slamming against the court and
into each other.
Grunting, tough play. So number 20, Shakur Woodson will take a couple of free throws. So this Saturday, everybody, coming up, the Big Shot Hoops will make their first appearance on campus to host a youth basketball tournament in the Recreation and Event Center right next door to the Collins Arena here. The tournament tips off at 9 a.m. and multiple games will run until 8 p.m. For tournament details, call 732-224-1867. The next tournament is scheduled to take place on March 9th, so make sure you get in and call if you have any information this Saturday.
Rosado.
Another one there, man. He's just been struggling.
Yep.
It's got to be frustrating mentally
for him. It's that quick move that, a lot of these guys are having issues with it.
Yeah.
Just taking that first step before you really, secure the ball and just kind of getting called with the travel there.
So trying to make something happen with the three. Tipped.
Great job of closing out on the shooter there by Ricky Stevens. He's he's quietly had a pretty good game here. Oh, good move there to get the foul too, the double clutch.
And you saw it a little bit if you took notice of it. Corey Soane's favoring his left hand a little bit when he's dribbling, going down towards the left side of the court. See if that maybe Camden can keep an eye on that and use it against use it to their advantage.
Third personal, fifth team foul.
And team foul starting to add up a little bit on both sides for that matter.
They were at 10 and 10, 20 total at the end of the first half.
So, a couple more here, and we're in the bonus, so we'll keep an eye out on that.
Ricky Stevens grabs the second one.
Oh, good.
And pokes the ball out.
Job. Doesn't agree with that call.
Nope. When do they ever?
Yeah.
It can be the most blatant call you've seen in your life, and they're complaining, no matter what the sport is.
And like you said, Bennett in maybe a little earlier than we thought, but
but certain circumstances call for certain measures.
Coach Chisak has his rotation, and he's kind of trying to stick to it, I guess.
I believe, I could be wrong. I think they said it's his 12th year coaching. It might be more.
It's like 17th.
Yeah. So he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Coach of the year last year.
Yeah.
Oh, good job. Well, a heck of an effort there by Shakur Woodson, really just staying with the play, not giving up on it and drawing the foul. And he's got himself going here a little bit in the second half.
Yeah. He was here and there in the first half, said his name a couple of times, but second half he's been
just in the paint, living in the paint there. It's really causing problems for the big guys for Brookdale.
He makes his first one there.
Woodson, one of the about 4 or 5 guys from out of Philadelphia here on this Camden squad.
Interesting to see there. Like we said, only one sophomore, 33 James Cooper, who I believe is on the bench.
2
right
sophomores,
now.
sorry. McFarland.
Oh, 2,
too.
yes. Okay,
yeah.
no, I didn't see him down at the
McFarland,
bottom. Yeah.
McFarland played a little bit in the first half.
He did, yeah.
But yeah,
you saw Cooper in. He was getting into some foul trouble,
yeah.
I believe, if I'm remembering right. Brookdale with the 14-point lead. 13 minutes, 27 seconds remaining here in the game. Brookdale TV. Pat Rothier, Sean Rosenboim.
And I think maybe Coach Chizak went to Bennett a little early, maybe for the ball, to be on the ball as the point guard because Stone's, with the hand injury, maybe to just, have someone he trusts on the ball in a crucial situation.
Good move, Rashawn Johnson.
Rashawn Johnson.
Got the nice little pass inside and put a move on about 2 or 3 defenders covering him.
Good job of really denying the pass there by Brookdale.
Johnson, good
Mason
offensive
Jones
possession.
And Bennett definitely.
Yeah, went right back down the court and wasn't letting Derek Peoples do anything. Rushing down the court, number 10, Mason Jones, over to Sones.
Oh, he missed it. Maybe with that hand a little injured there.
God, about 3 tips they had. Oh, a lot of opportunities.
It looked like Sones had a little bit of trouble handling that pass in the air, and maybe he couldn't catch it cleanly.
Maybe in a little bit, maybe he doesn't want to injure it anymore.
Exactly.
He's not going to put his full force into it.
Exactly, yeah. So maybe that played a little part there.
Yeah, that's always rough when you got an injury. You always find yourself kind of.
And he's not the kind of guy that's going to sit down easily. I mean, it's going to take Coach Chizak to probably pull him off the floor there.
Yeah.
So he's not going to let anybody know that it's hurting him. He's going to play through it, and he'll do everything he can to make it work for him.
He's got to get that adrenaline start pumping. And he's got to stop playing around with the tape.
I think maybe he's going to pull the tape off. Maybe it's bothering him a little too much.
He's got to just try to put it out of his mind. And it's on you playing basketball and football with broken fingers and hurt wrists, and you just instead of get that adrenaline pumping, it don't hurt no more until somebody hits it.
Oh, in and out. Oh, bad pass
there you go, Jameek Moore.
Bad pass there.
Got bumped by number 20, Shakur Woodson. But good vision there, seeing the.
And Camden got to stop, but just bad outlet pass.
Yeah.
Give it right back.
He was hawking him, and he saw where his eyes were the whole time. And we'll have some of that bench checking. And it's number 4, Tyler Kearney, will come in for Mason Jones. Mason Jones deserving all the applause.
Getting
had
a good
great
hand
game.
there. Quality minutes. And again, Kearney, another one of those guys that's really earned this playing time. I mean, just playing well.
He's a good shooter from the perimeter.
Yeah. Does a good job, on the ball as the point guard, running the team a little bit.
A lot of whistles.
Yeah, now Brookdale is in the penalty, and on the next foul, so will Camden. Now they are. So
both at 7.
Both
right
teams
now.
in the bonus, the 1-1. A couple more fouls, and they'll both be in the double bonus. So it's pretty early for that.
Yeah.
So we'll see how far that goes into playing to the outcome of this game.
Those watching at home, the scoreboard in the bottom left hand of your screen. The red 7s on the bottom left and the bottom right are the foul totals for each team. Good. Oh, there you go. Corey Sones. What is he going to do?
Oh, he dunks it.
And he still does it. He's putting on a show for him, hurt wrist and all. Coach Chizak, maybe a little bit of resentment.
Yeah.
That maybe should have just took the easy play, but you got to be flashy. Shot almost went in there. Good second effort. Number 42, Derek Peoples.
One of the big men for Camden. And they've been pretty quiet, as a group, really. Not much going on.
Early in the game,
we thought
struggled.
Yeah, we thought that maybe especially on the defensive end, really clogging up the lane. But Brookdale did a really good job of just attacking them.
Ball just finds its way right into Corey Sones' hands there.
Cougars ball. Smith checks back in for the Cougars.
In a game that looked like it'd be wire to wire the whole way, kind of maybe slipping away from Camden here.
Yeah, 11 minutes remaining in this game. Brookdale with the 16-point lead.
Brookdale approaching that 60-point mark. I mean, they're doing a pretty good job of scoring, but the defensive end is really where they're making their money in this game.
Yeah.
We're doing we expected, both teams to play well defensively. I think Brookdale maybe just been a little bit better on the offensive end, and therefore, come out to this big lead here.
And very similar to last time, Kadir Knock with the shot and the miss, and then Derek Peoples comes in and makes up the shot to grab the basket. I keep wanting to say Cousins instead of Peoples. I don't know why.
Kearney with the outside shot.
Like I said, he's a big-time shooter from the perimeter. He went
good
with
job,
it.
Yeah, good job of Kearney defending that. Not committing the foul there.
Kind of stayed in the middle of both.
Sones shooting with that right hand. Not feeling it anymore after that dunk.
So just like that, Brookdale's back up. Almost the inside move there. Rosado could have grabbed it. Didn't see it in time. And a good basket by
they're hanging around.
Smith.
14 points.
Yeah.
They're hanging around. Once they get to this 10-minute mark, the next, say, about 5 minutes or so is going to be really important to get back in this game and have a shot to win it at the end.
Yeah, they're barely chipping away at it. It's like, a point here, it'll sink by.
Sones with the three.
You would have never thought that he's got his wrist taped up right now. Great game. See the heart that Corey Sones has.
I'm sure he'll feel it after the game, but right now he's not feeling anything.
He absolutely will. So we got Tyrone Curry checking in for Tavon Bennett, who's been maybe a little bit quieter.
Yeah, but doing a good job of coming off the bench. The first half he scored a lot of points. Second half maybe defensively a little bit more more of a contribution, which is good. Well-rounded game there.
Still having a great game.
Yeah, definitely got a hand from his teammates, so that they appreciate the effort.
Tyler Kearney bringing it down, trying to make something happen. Rosado cutting inside, out to Curry. Over to Moore. Back up, winding back in the hands of Kearney. Over to Corey Sones. Jameek Moore, they're trying to get something inside with him. Couldn't get it, and
foul on number 42, Derek Peoples. And that'll bring in McFarland for him.
Trying to get better with noticing the hand signals as they're doing them.
McFarland checks back in for Camden.
So Corey Sones will head to the free throw line.
Big time gutsy effort from Sones here, after injuring his hand. We thought maybe he'd have a little bit of an issue. Seemed to have maybe an issue on a couple of plays, but really the last, few shots just knocking him down. After that dunk, really just kind of sparked his team.
Doesn't grab that shot.
Fortuitous tip there. Good job of give and go there.
Immediately, Braxton Watson comes in and grabs the basket. Dave Rosado out to Sones. Back up to Kearney. About 20 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
Haven't seen much of Brian Adams this half.
No, you haven't.
That's been interesting.
A little bit of a bad exchange, I guess you could say there. More with Corey Sones and himself.
Yeah, not a lot of Adams, not a lot of Rashawn Johnson, but maybe just, with a little bit of a lead, just kind of letting some other guys get involved here.
Yep.
And a good defensive effort there.
Oh, good little behind the back pass, noticing his teammate.
Leading the break.
Very nice. Corey Sones is pointing his finger up. I don't know if you noticed that.
A couple defenders got back, though, so.
He wanted
Smart play by Kearney to just kind of pull that one. Oh, and transition back. Oh, no, missed layup there.
Got to get that one. Kearney taking the ball in.
Draws a foul. Good job by Kearney to get to the basket there. Being aggressive.
Fouls on number 30, Joshua Smith. Second personal, 9th team foul.
So as you just heard, that is the 9th team foul.
Yeah.
For the Camden Cougars.
Next one will put them in the double bonus. Put Brookdale in the double bonus.
Stevens checks back in for Brookdale.
So we got Ricky Stevens coming in. Corey Sones possibly maybe his last minutes on the floor.
Yeah.
I think he's done very well. I think he deserves it. About 8.5, a little under 8.5 minutes remaining with a pretty decent lead. They're cutting away at it a bit.
Oh. Bit of an errant pass there. Bit of a fast pace to this second half. Not a lot of timeouts.
Yeah. David Rosado over to Kearney, over to Curry.
Nowhere to go for more.
It's a good look by Kearney. Couldn't get it to go. A little short. Moore almost got it, but fortunately couldn't get it to land.
Interesting little exchange there.
It was, yeah. Handed the ball right off to him.
Camden just cannot get the ball in the basket. It's really hurting them.
It's 4-on-2. Keep driving, yeah. You heard it from the sidelines. He had a couple of teammates to bail him out.
Being aggressive, just going to the basket, good things will happen.
Yeah. So, guys, for some good after-the-game eats, if you didn't get any at halftime, make sure you check out Domino's Pizza of Red Bank. It's absolutely proud to support the great program here, Brookdale men's and women's basketball this season. Domino's is located at 60 English Plaza in downtown Red Bank. You can place your order online right now at Domino's.com.
Sean Johnson back in the game.
Kearney coming out.
Yeah,
so
quality minutes from Kearney, and that's exactly what, guys like Kearney, there's a place for them. There's a role for them, in a close, tight game against good competition. There's really a place where you can get a couple minutes, be productive, help your team out, and it's appreciated. And Coach Chizek, uses, the big-time blowouts to just really get these guys in the game and see what they give them. And, Kearney's a perfect example of what you can do just by contributing a little bit.
Probably the biggest overall squad Brookdale has put together on the floor. A lot of these guys are, you don't have one of your, you don't have a Tyler Kearney out there. Some guys standing a little bit shorter.
Yeah, with Jameek Moore and Sean Johnson, two of the bigger guys on the roster.
Rosado stands at a tall 6'3" as well. You got Tyrone Curry 6'2", so some of the bigger guys they're throwing out this half. Floats it in. And Tavon Bennett coming in for Ricky Stevens. So we will see some more of Bennett. Had a great first half.
And probably with this lead, probably be Stevens' ended in his night.
And he gets the second. So sinks it, and it will put it to a 16-point lead for Brookdale. Good inside pass there to Moore. Grabbed his own rebound.
Looks like a loose ball foul called.
It was against Rashawn Johnson. Looked like he might have got pushed a little bit, and he will head to the line.
Foul number 33, James Cooper. That's his first personal foul.
Rashawn Johnson at the free throw line.
Very quiet here at the Collins Arena.
Yeah,
He's taking his free throws.
Yeah. I mean,
give the man some concentration.
Sure.
Right? Can hear a pin drop here. Couldn't get it to go in. Jameek Moore with the second effort. Great job there.
Foul. Big time offensive rebound, putting it back, getting a foul. Big time play by Jameek Moore.
So the two missed free throws turn into a possible three-point play here. And it does. It's a good little swing of things there in Brookdale's favor.
A couple substitutions here. Looks like Chain's going to come in here. Yeah.
So we'll see Chain for the first time.
Yeah. So
coming in for Tyrone Curry.
Yeah. Getting out with a little bit bigger of a lead late in the game. A couple guys getting their opportunity to play. There's always minutes for everybody as long as you can contribute. Tough shot. Just Brookdale did a good job of contesting shots. They don't have a lot of points on the board, but defensively they're holding them under 50 right now. And that's what they do. They just lock you down, make it tough for you, and really, give you problems, all over the court.
Rosado tapped the ball right back to him, so Cougars will give him another shot. A little discussion with the officials. So I want to remind you guys, tomorrow morning on your drive to work, don't forget to tune into Brookdale Public Radio, 90.5 The Night. We have Michelle and Nick in the morning. You're home for great local music, lots of cool classic rock cuts you don't hear on the radio anymore, and a whole bunch of new stuff no one else is playing, all commercial free. So for the latest news, weather, and traffic, and also updates on your favorite Brookdale sports here, check out Brookdale Public Radio, 90.5 The Night. So about 6 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. Brookdale with a pretty sizable lead, 19 points. Maybe about to add 3 to it, and they do. Jaleel Chain coming in right.
Right off the bench, right into, you know, right off the bat, hitting a three-pointer. It's really, everyone, you know, playing their part, you know, doing what they need to do to contribute to the win.
So I don't know if that was a 3. It looks like they might have marked it 2 on the scoreboard. Looked like a 3, I don't know. Regardless, Brookdale still with the 19-point lead. Chain looking to
just jumping into the big bodies.
No foul called there. So a lot of hands poking in there.
A lot of aggressiveness going to the basket by both teams.
Yeah.
You know, and that's, you know, reflected in the amount of fouls that are called here.
Lamont Davis had 3 guys poking at him there, so something had to get called sooner or later. Couldn't get that first one to go. See if he can grab the second. No good again, so tough couple of free throws there.
Jameek Moore with the rebound there. Did a really good job in the second half here, staying out of the foul trouble. He was in foul trouble early, but did a good job of not picking up.
Rashawn Johnson with a pretty shot.
There it is, Rashawn Johnson.
So we got some guys checking in. Tyler Gersecki, it looks like. Head coach Paul Chizak spreading the wealth around, giving everybody a minute or so. Up top to Bennett.
They'll settle him down. Good smart move there.
Corey Soanes throwing on his shirt, might be done for the day. He's had a great game. And you just want to,
despite the bit of a hand injury there.
Yeah.
Oh, big time 3 there by Bennett.
There you go. With a hand in his face. Rosado maybe trying to make something happen this game. Been kind of quiet while others have shined in his place.
But, you know, Coach Chizak really giving him some extended minutes, you know.
He has, yeah.
Because, you know, he struggled early, so, you know, let him stay in there and, you know, work on whatever, you know, was bothering him and just, you know, work to get better towards the next game.
Give him a chance to redeem himself a little bit. So number 23, 6'1" freshman from Newcastle, Delaware.
Interesting.
Will take another. They got a lot of couple guys from Delaware, right? That's Delaware.
It seems like quite a drive.
Yeah. There's a Middletown in Delaware. There's Middletowns everywhere.
Yeah.
Braxton Watson, number 10 of the Cougars, his hometown. And he grabs the second one. 4 minutes, 41 seconds remaining in the game. Brookdale 75, Camden 53. Brookdale TV here with the doubleheader. Women's winning the first game against Camden. And men hopefully on their way to win this one with a pretty good lead. Oh, yeah. Well, miscommunication there. It happens.
Coach Chizak's not happy about it.
No.
I think he's just trying to find someone to yell at on the bench.
You notice he likes to hang out down at that end a lot.
Yeah.
He talks to the
younger guys on the end of the bench there, really trying to teach them, you know.
Yeah.
You know, recognizing that, you know, whoever made that play maybe didn't do exactly what he was supposed to do, and, you know, let the guys know that, you know, if you're ever in that situation, here's what you're supposed to do in that situation.
Looks like one of his assistant coaches, John Rivera, down at the end, who's also an assistant coach for the women's team. Seems to be, you know, one of his go-to guys he likes to hang next to and talk a little shop with. So we got for the first time, number 25, Delonte Grant coming in. Pretty sure he just said Delonte Curry.
But it's Delonte Grant.
Yep.
It's understandable, and it's probably got the same sheet we have. They're pretty close to each other. So
they're right there. Number 33, James Cooper, one of the 2 sophomores on the team, makes the shot.
Been pretty quiet tonight.
He has, yeah. He had some foul trouble earlier, I believe, in the first half, and I think it's the first minutes he's seen in the second half. So timeout taken by head coach Paul Chizak. Rushing over there. He's got a little pep in his step. Don't forget, everybody, Friday, December 20th, here on the Brookdale campus at the Recreations and Events Center right next door to us here. They will light up the main cage once again for another series of caged MMA bouts. The Breck plays host to some serious in-your-face action on Friday, December 20th. Doors open at 6 p.m. and bouts begin at 7 p.m. For ticket information, call the Arena box office at 732-224-2070. About 4 minutes remaining in the game. Brookdale brought it back up to that 20-point lead.
Really kind of quietly building on this lead.
Yeah.
Just playing, just a great second half here. I mean, the first half, Camden, hung around. Brookdale started to pull away maybe a little bit towards the end of that half. We thought maybe coming out, though, in this half, some adjustments would be made, and Camden would be able to stay a little bit with Brookdale, but really just, no answer for the bench of Brookdale. Brookdale's bench just, I think maybe the difference, Brookdale's bench is severely outplaying Camden's bench.
So barring a large comeback here, looks like Camden will receive its first loss in the Region 19 standings. Their second loss of the season, falling to 6-2. Brookdale will move up to 9-0. 6 of those games winning in Region 19. A couple of games ahead, you have, like I was saying before, a big road. Another, they came home for 2 weeks. Well, 1 week really, because the Cumberland game got postponed on Tuesday.
The snowstorm, sure.
But 5 games on the road. They go to Atlantic Cape, they go to Sussex, Gateway Community College, Bristol Community College, and Morris before they come back home to face Union and Passaic.
So a little important couple weeks on the road.
Yeah.
Just got to maintain the consistency that we've seen all season so far, and just get a couple big time wins.
Getting those big wins on the road is huge. So you can come back home and just do work here.
Foul number 25, Delonte Grant. That's his first personal foul.
So we got it right that time. Delonte Grant on the foul. 20-point lead for Brookdale. 3.5 minutes remaining. Tell you what, guys, don't forget there's still time to register for these spring classes. Open registration ends on December 23rd, resumes on January 2nd through the 4th. Payments are due at the time of registration. Make sure you bring the checkbook or you might be dropped from the classes you register for. Get in there as early as you can because it is tough to get these classes when you wait towards the end of the semester. Speaking from experience, both of us here have been Brookdale students. We urge you to get in there and register as soon as you can.
Yeah, first week of registration, I registered, got everything I wanted.
Oh, yeah.
It's the way to do it.
Brookdale's counseling and advisement staff are available to help with your scheduling needs, so just head over, see one of our great counselors, and they can help put together a good solution for you. You can call 732-224-2770 to schedule an appointment.
Yeah, and I suggest you schedule an appointment because those lines are pretty long. I think I waited about 2 hours when I went to register because I didn't make an appointment.
Yeah, and if you're maybe not in the area here, don't forget of our satellite campuses of I try to go to Hazlet. I'm a little bit closer to there. I think I see on the sign there every Monday from 10 to 6 or something like that. They have open registration.
Okay.
So if you're a little closer there, you don't got to make the big ride here and wait in the big line. So Braxton Watson grabbing his second free throw. Coach Chizak throwing in a lot of his bench guys to close out the game, giving his starters the rest.
Just these guys gaining valuable experience.
Tyler Gerzecki will shoot some free throws.
His second personal foul.
I'll tell you one more time, guys. You got to go get yourself some Domino's. Go to Red Bank, located on 60 English Plaza in downtown Red Bank. The very, very proud to support the Brookdale's men's and women's basketball this season, as well as the very hungry BTV crew here. So make sure you place your order online, Domino's.com. Sure you can find their phone number on there as well. Make sure to get that for next week, so you can give them a call if you're a little old school. And foul called on the visibly frustrated Delonte Grant.
And both teams are in the limit, so from here on out, we'll shoot free throws.
A lot of clock stoppages in this last 2 minutes. Been
throughout the
slowing
throughout the
down.
half. I mean, there's been a lot of fouls.
Yeah.
But you know, it's the aggressive nature of both teams trying to get to the basket. So, you know, it's not too egregious. You know, just kind of the flow of the game has been a little bit more physical. So, as a result, some fouls have been called, but you know, good fouls. You know, hard fouls. You know, preventing easy baskets. You know, nothing too far away from the basket. So.
Don't forget, guys, the Brookdale-Lincroft campus and all of our regional locations will be closed from December 23rd through January 1st. The Brookdale community wishes all a happy and healthy holiday and a new year as well. So have some good time off after you finish your finals in the coming weeks. Make sure you stay safe out there. Delonte Grant with the three. Didn't get it to fall. Almost rebounded by Rashawn Johnson. Couldn't tip it his way. Down Jaleel Chain trying to put up some defense, and he does. Rolls right out of the side of the rim.
A lot of bodies down there under the basket.
Was.
Good job by Brookdale getting back and defending it. And
Grant comes up with the ball, passes it right over to Bennett.
A really quick second half. I mean, even with all the fouls, it seemed like it was a pretty quick half. Not a lot of timeouts. You know, not a lot of runs. Just, you know, maybe Brookdale with a little bit of a run. You know, maybe at about the 10-minute mark or so, but.
Last couple minutes have slowed down a bit. It hasn't been as, you know, high-paced action as the rest of the game was. You know, maybe Camden getting a little bit winded.
Yeah, and just again, the Camden's bench may be a little bit outplayed here by Brookdale's bench.
Yeah. I mean,
that's a testament to the coaching of Chizek and the big leads that they get and let these guys play. So when they come in, they really just, they've got more experience than most teams' benches, and that's really what it is.
You can see the different philosophies between the two Camden teams, between the men's and the women's. You had head coach Light of the women's team was keeping her starters in for most of the game, fighting tooth and nail, calling timeouts, with a couple seconds left. And it seems like Coach Abatista of the men's squad has resorted to throwing a couple of his bench players in there and giving them some extended minutes.
Yeah.
So either way works.
Yeah, I mean, whatever the coach feels, he's got the pulse of his team and he knows what they need and, what'll make them better.
Tough one for Camden.
Yeah. I think the crowd here maybe expected a little bit tighter of a game, based on Camden's record and their performance over the last couple months, but just an all-out, Brookdale's, they come out and they're prepared. Coach Chizek has them ready for every game. I mean, we said it before the game, they wanted to come out here and they wanted to rebound and they wanted to push the pace and they did everything they wanted to do, and you know what? They did it well.
Yeah. A couple of teams up there in Division III with Brookdale. Delaware County Community College, they don't face them this season. Northampton a little bit later on in the year, closer to the end of January. Who else is doing pretty well this year? You have Montgomery, but doesn't look like they're on Brookdale's schedule. So, a couple of tough games coming up.
As we head into the new year, schedule starts to get a little tighter.
A lot of games in January. That's the most jam-packed month. Got them just about every other day most of the time. Minute and a half remaining here. Brookdale up 78-61 after making that free throws. Number 13, Jaleel Chain. Couldn't grab the second one, but great rebound by Gerzecki. So jump ball, and
I'll go to Camden.
And then I'll grab it. Passing it with Devon Bennett, playing hard defense on him.
A reach-in foul there.
Oh, and here comes
Aubrey
Dozier.
Dozier.
Yep.
I think
probably
maybe
for Bennett, I would assume.
Maybe only one or two guys who haven't seen any action today.
I think that's everybody.
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah, that's everybody.
The only one we haven't seen is Eric Davis, but it doesn't.
No, Davis played in the first half. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Good for him. Oh, yes. I mean, he's got his warm up.
Yeah,
Off, so
good quality, couple minutes.
I apologize.
So yeah, everyone getting a chance to get in here. You know, and that's an incentive alone for the team, just to to get out to big leads and play well early, to get the other guys involved. I mean, and they appreciate it, and they come out here and they appreciate their minutes, and they play hard and they build on that lead.
Make the best of them.
You know, they feed off each other. You know, this team really is amazing how they just feed off each other and they really play, to one another's strengths, and they know no matter what units in there, and with they mix in the matching of the players, some of the second unit guys and even the third unit guys get in together. They really know how to play together because they've seen each other play, because they've had significant minutes. They've played together at some point, whether it's in practice or even in a game. So it's a big advantage to have for Coach Gizek. A deep bench, a lot of guys that are willing and able to contribute.
And even with so many freshmen on the squad, it's great to see that kind of commodity with the team where, they camaraderie with the team where they can just you can throw any squad together and they're playing well together.
Exactly.
So Jaleel Chain getting
trapped back there, I guess, right by the half-court line. It's the worst place to pick up your dribble, right by the half-court line, because there's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Can't throw it, you leave yourself with basically half the court to get the ball across, and the defense knows it.
Your equilibrium kind of goes off. You don't know if you're going to get a backcourt violation or where you might be at that time. Hand in his face, couldn't get it to go. Delonte Graham bringing it back up. 41 seconds remaining.
Most likely be the last possession for Brookdale.
Seeing if they can bring it.
I think Grant. Oh, great pass to Rashawn Johnson with the throwdown.
Let's end the game on a bang, says Rashawn Johnson.
Brookdale to the 80-point mark.
Shot clock turned off. Rashawn Johnson with the dunk. What a way to end it here at the Robert J. Collins Arena.
And Johnson with the rebound.
Just trying to let the last seconds tick off of this clock. Getting down to about 10 or so. Final score looking like it's about to be Brookdale 80 and the Camden Cougars 62. So good 18-point win there by Brookdale.
Definitely. A game that we thought might be a little bit closer than it was. For a while, it was.
Yeah.
It was. And Camden, played well in spurts, but just Brookdale too much. The depth of Brookdale really caught up to Camden.
And the main thing I think was, something we talked about when we were talking before the game was all of the big guys that that this team has.
Exactly.
They shut them down.
Yeah, they shut them down. And
Thanks for joining us on the back of this paper. All right, so thank you for joining us here. As always, the Robert J. Collins Arena here, Brookdale TV. Thought our mics would have went out. We don't hear yourself, so maybe we are talking, maybe we're not. But if you are listening and you hear us, big win here for Brookdale. So we will come back in about a month.
Yeah.
You will see us. So big
right
road
after the
trip
break.
here. Yep. Have a happy and healthy New Year, everybody, and thank you for joining us as
happy
always.
holidays.